So yeah, let's welcome you here and invite them into our apex community to share this journey with us. So hello, Divya, how are you?
Hi. I,
Okay.
okay. Hi everybody. All the millionaires or would be millionaires. So it's a great pleasure and proud occasion for me to meet you all, interact this day, and particularly to Smita for a wonderful introduction about me. I'm so excited see you all having the commitment to grow yourself and contribute to the society. So it's lovely to be associated with you, right? Yeah, pleasure is mine. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready because I'm a soldier.
Right, so yeah, and that questions are basically for these guys to figure out on your journey, and they're going to have their questions as well. So please put in your questions in the chat box as we move forward. Put in your questions in the chat box and we can go from there. So before we go any step forward, Divya, I would like to know a little about your journey. You started from a very everything. So can you tell us in short a little about your journey?
Okay. So, in fact, I was raised in poverty by illiterate parents in a rural background. So, started from there, and by the grace of God, I became. So, I have a wonderful life, exciting life, being an air warrior in my youth for about 15 years as an airman, that is a sergeant by rank, it's a man. Yeah. Sorry, there was a call disturbance. Yeah. So I somehow got selected into Indian Air Force. So I served my youth as an air warrior, in the rank of a sergeant, that is an airman cadre. So after serving there for 15 years, I took a break. So I wanted to be with my parents because I am the only son to my parents. So I wanted to come back to my village and serve my parents. So I took retirement from Air Force and started practicing as an advocate because while in service also I started pursuing my studies. I did my LLB, I did my MA English, MA Public Administration. I was so passionate about my studies. So I never stopped learning. I think that is the best part of my life, which gave me the platform to further growth. So if I had to take a decision, I took boldly because I don't have to rely upon somebody. Being a first class LLB graduate, I thought of making my own practice. So I started practicing and became a successful advocate for about 10 years. So again, there is a shift in my career. So after again practicing for 10 years, there was a time that I decided, not because I was not successful, but for a better growth and better opportunities. Again, then I took this one of entrepreneurial journey. That's where my entrepreneurial journey started, and my growth journey multiple started there only. That was in 2001, I think almost 20 years back. So we just started a small kind of thing, thinking it's only a 3 months journey, but that turned out to be a 20 years journey with lot of contribution to the society, making a difference to more than 10,000 people, which whom I gave the beautiful career in toll industry. So my nature of job is taking care of toll collection activity and also highway maintenance activities. That is consisting of emergency services like ambulance, crane services and route patrolling services, where we provide immediate help to the accident victims. So that's how it has been. So it's all because of my integrity in my character building. So that only gave me the way to flourish through the different phases of my life, being an air warrior or an advocate. Now for the past 20 years as an entrepreneur. No, so I must have collected more than 10,000 crores for my client without any blemish. That is the best part of it. And I am unique in this. No other soldier, no other airman or any defense person, in spite of having lots of property, even along with us, so many officer cadre people having the ranks of colonel and brigadiers got the opportunity. But we found some of the places within 3 months they had to wind up the business because of some financial irregularity. So because of our commitment to the cause of integrity and transparency, these are the two key factors for my growth. So that's why we have been continuing and flourishing and growing and making difference to all the people around me. And that itself gave me the way to open a school, whatever I think many people aspire to do something. So now being a small soldier kind of thing, to doing whatever I wanted. I wanted to establish a school in my own village, established and running for the past 15 years. I wanted to help rural women. Then I established a garment industry. I gave them the practice of the training and in high-tech machine and all. That's also running very good for the past 5 years. Then we have a dairy. Then we have other so many activities. So whatever I wanted to do, I have done. So I did my part in my life. So now I was not happy with this. So I want something more. I want to grow bigger and bigger and contribute to the society fullest extent possible. Now because of that passion for me and made me to join that CTF, where I had the opportunity of meeting beautiful and wonderful people like Smita. In fact, no, so far I was going in one way, but after entering into CTF, then they motivated and inspired me to do something for the people by coaching and other things. That's where I got motivated to write a book. So why should I write some other book? So I wrote my own story, and that's going to be published very shortly. So I have the privilege of sharing that news also with all the Million Group like you. So it will come very shortly. So my story is, as I said, it's not so easy. I had to face so many challenges, that too particularly in toll industry. It's not easy to handle people, handle drivers, handling public. So we had to do multiple kinds of personality, including ministers, MLAs, police, and we had to suffer so many times. But in spite of the sufferings, in spite of the setbacks, in spite of the challenges, in spite of my failures, I should say, at one point of time, after I think 8 years of journey, I had a big break. So then for about 6 months. But I came back with the power of resilience with the threefold increment in one go. So that is how a lot of twists and turns and challenges and everything, I think by somewhere, somehow, God came to my rescue. But only that mantra was integrity and transparency, and commitment to the cause, and taking action, making decisions. These are my fundamental characteristics, which gave me a beautiful life by the grace of God. So somehow He also comes like miracles. So God also created miracles in me. When I became zero, He again came back to me like a genie, what we call in this thing. What do you want? So He gave me, without asking, a 3 times increase of what I was doing previously. But that is only because of integrity. So that carried a message all across the India at the NHL level. People themselves came and offered so much of business to us. That is the kind of achievement we got in life. So again, now being a coach, I can proudly say I'm a certified Arfin Khan coach. Then I have written a book. I think it's a self-help book, I think. And people, I wanted to inspire the people, particularly that common people like me, who start their journey thinking that so many limiting beliefs. I can't do it, I'm not worth, I don't have money, my parents are not educated, so how can I grow, I have no opportunity, no resources kind of thing. So from no resources and no help and no this thing, I am going to leave a legacy of a millionaire to my family. So apart from that, I'm going to inspire people of my kind, so that they also, I think even if one person gets inspired and takes some action, my life is fulfilled. That way I feel. Yeah. No, it was my, I never wanted to become an entrepreneur, Smita, for that matter. I just wanted to, no, there is a saying, no, don't chase money. If you chase, it will run faster. But chase your purpose. So that was the motivating factor for me. I was practicing as an advocate, taking care of all ex-servicemen fraternity as their legal advisor at that point of time. I saw their sufferings. They used to work as security guards in DOT department. That time it was called not BSNL. So there, in spite of having a colorful and officer cadre service in the military, they used to come and work like security guards. In fact, that moved and touched my life. And there was a lot of exploitation. So with a view, when the offer came through NHA, so my primary focus was to help those people to get decent resettlement in the toll industry. That's how I started. I never wanted to enter into that. I was happy with I was successful and happy with my practice. Even I was winning cases against senior advocates also. So that was my lifestyle. So fortunately, someone from NHA, a father-like figure, like not right people come at the right time. He started brainwashing me practically for about 15 days, saying that you have to involve in the activities. We have all the confidence. Then you बहुत पैसा मिलेगा. This advocates में क्या है इतना limited scope. So इसमें आएगा तो बहुत पैसा मिलेगा. In fact, that turned out he's whatever he said, and that was the turning point of my life. And because of that, I am in this stage now. Now we have about 50 crores turnover. We are gearing for 100 crore by next year itself. Now we see the bright future. Now even during the COVID this thing also, we got 6 prestigious projects within 1 month. So such is the wonderful business we are dealing with. We have got more than 3,000 people working with us, and within 2 months, by the turn of this year itself, I think it may be amazing. We may become double our this thing. So that is the thing. So I am so blessed in my life. So now, when we were doing Wheel of Life, I think I was the only guy who had balanced Wheel of Life. All areas are equally covered. So I am so fortunate to say in our coach language.
What's the name of your book? Name of your book and what are the major challenges? Questions vachunda. Name.
Huh?
Book name.
Yeah. I'll tell you. So okay, I think somebody is asking for the name of my book. So even my enterprise name is also T Bhogeshwar Rao. T Bhogeshwar Rao. So popularly as TBR locally, even advocate, even school. My school name is TBR Sainik School, and my enterprise, that is TBR Infra Private Limited. So now my book name is the same. It carries the same tag, TBR The Unstoppable. That's what I was discussing with Smita. Thank you, Smita, for your guidance in that aspect also. So yeah, I think you are asking. Can you please repeat the question once again? Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah. So yes, I think that is important. That is the important facet of my life as well. So in itself, it is a blessing in disguise, right? So now when we used to operate 4 toll plazas of our NHA in our area between Vijayawada to Visakhapatnam. So we were operating for about almost 7 years, and so as our elders say, everybody will not be happy for you. Even if you are successful, so there may be so many people who develop a kind of jealous kind of thing. So in spite of my helping to somebody, the same fellow, so it so happened one fine day we got a call from project director NHA asking, Mr. Rao, is there any problem in the toll collection activity? I said, no sir. No, but we got some complaint. Where did you get the complaint, sir? We got the complaint from NHA head office, New Delhi. What is it? So they observed certain adverse remarks about your collection. So now, because all across India, about 400 toll plazas are there. NHA central office, that is head office, Delhi, they employ certain agencies to conduct some surprise checks. So they carry out those checks without our knowledge. Some decoy kind of thing. They come in the night in a different kind of this attire, and they offer our toll collecting person, instead of the ticket value is 100 rupees, they give only 50 rupees. And without any ticket, they pass like that. They tempt the people and test the people that way. So our project director said there are about 250 incidents, booth-wise, time-wise, and date-wise. So they were adverse against you. So I was so confident. So because my baseline is integrity. So I said, no sir, it cannot be. No, I think a report came from New Delhi, it cannot be false. You check the facts and let me know. Then I checked with my people. Everybody was so confident and so committed and disciplined. Nobody believed that. So I went and said the same thing. No. I want some proof. Everybody wants proof. So we started, okay, give me the report. Whatever the report you got from NHI, you just share the report. So we will get the proof for it. Then they gave me the report mentioning all the timings and vehicle number by which they travel, how much amount they have taken instead of the regular amount. All those factors were there. So, but still I had all the confidence in me. So as we have to prove, then we started inquiring the thing. So how can we prove? Then we started approaching the RTOs, road transport officers. So they have all the vehicle numbers data and they can give the vehicle numbers and type of vehicle, those things. So when we took the data and went to, that time the internet was not so famous, this facility was not so famous as it is now. We used to go to the particular district headquarters and take the details and take the certified true copies from all those things. So what happened when we started collecting, so there was a big revelation. The vehicles numbers they quoted were of all like scooters, autos, tractors, which were of exempted category. There is no toll for them. So we proved. So like that we used to run both plazas, about 1,000 incidents they mentioned with timings and dates and booths and all those things. And we were able to disprove all the 1,000 entries. So such is the level of our integrity. But okay, there is a saying now, operation successful, patient died. So it so happened, the people, the group is, that G4 is a multinational company, G4 Securitas. So their general manager was influenced by a local person to give an adverse report falsely against us. So they never thought that we would go up to that extent and would do a lot of post-mortem and find out the fact. So simply he took some bribe and gave a false report. So after proving, we went to even NHA head office and we met the highest officials of IAS office and our member administration and we challenged them, and they were also surprised. It was a great eye-opening for them. They never imagined that checking agency will commit a fraud against the executing agency. तो ना बोलते हैं ना उल्टा क्या चोर कोतवाल so they are TPR and they are coming here and challenge what is this here. Then we went to the GM. GM just got astonished. He was thinking we are trying to manipulate. When we showed the proof, he did not believe. They were thinking that we just manipulated thing. Then he asked us to meet their chief general manager, himself and member administration. So we met, including their GM vigilance, all the people. We challenged them. We asked for a joint inspection. So apart from our proof, they also conducted the vigilance inquiry, and they found that the report was utterly false and issued prosecution orders against the checking agency and the GM and the person who influenced them, apart from blacklisting that agency. But by that time, some people, everybody will not be happy for us, our success. People who are crazy for grabbing the opportunity from our side, they manipulate the things at all levels by paying whatever it is. So that local PD, project director, who gives the extension every time, used to get extension every after 6 months. So because of these factors, in spite of knowing the fact, because of other considerations, they sent a report not to give extension because of the report, without taking into consideration about the facts and proof. So that, in fact, now all the 4 plazas simultaneously, then we had to surrender to the NHI. So then I became totally zero. Having about 400 people working with us for last so many, I think 7-8 years. So because of this false report and manipulation by some people, we became zero. So okay, by the time I had my school, I was working as a lecturer in my school for about 6 months. I never, of course, we are never worried for anything. I am happy whatever I have. I was thinking I can live with my pension only. I'm crazy. No, I'm not crazy for money. You know? So I always say now also I can live with my pension. Whatever I do, yeah. So but happy. So because mine is a very strong one, but character I built up over a period of time. So it is very robust. So setback. Yeah, it was a great setback. What is that?
What kept you in the value of integrity when you
Yeah.
got success?
So yes, yeah. Okay, right. Okay, I'll try. Okay, right. Okay. So please repeat your question once again. Yeah. No, because of my training in Indian Air Force, where we do rigorous, regular routines, disciplined activities, right? Starting from, particularly the training period. So they make us so make us so steady and bold and courageous. So even that's why even we have signed, we have taken an oath to give our life for the sake of country. So such is a level of our commitment, not only for the country, even for the our clients. So there were so many incidents, we had to face so many challenges from the people, but in spite of that, we succeeded. So it is inbuilt in my character. So it. Yeah, no. Even so now we used to do we in Indian Air Force. There as soon as we get up in the morning, there is a routine thing like setting your bed neatly and doing all routine exercises. Very simple things, discipline things. That inculcating us, even if it is big thing, also we follow all the basics. When we follow the basics right, that compound effect will be there. They may be so insignificant in this thing, but they will have a major impact. So those small disciplines or routines or activities, so they ingrained in such a way, even within that 1 year training, they prepared us, shaped us, molded us to face anything, even the training with weapons and physical activities we did those days. So though it was only for 1 year, in fact they shaped our life to be a warrior, not only in Indian Air Force, even coming outside also. That warrior path, that warrior training. So I think that is guiding me and giving the strength, and also now the main thing. So integrity in whatever we do, and that is the main factor. So I had to face so many challenges for maintain the integrity, but I never felt alone. So it was the most potent. I always used to go by my gut feeling. I never believed in my heart. My head. Always believed in my heart. I did not do any MBA business-like qualifications. I don't know anything about strategies. All I know is follow your path. Whatever your heart says, you follow it. So that universal laws are then I believe in those things. Universal truth or justice. Once we follow that, that's why I said somewhere, somehow, God also come to our rescue. And life itself will lead to such a qualities, I feel. And those things happen to me practically, physically, amazingly. So now I became zero. That one part of it. So I was now confined to my school and lecturing my junior college, and all. I used to take English subject. I was fond of. Now after 6 months, I got a call. The interesting thing is, because of all the exposures and our proof and disproof, no, we had to go to NHA head office on several occasions to disprove all the false facts. So that created such an impact. Yeah, can I? Yeah. So, So, again, that integrity came into our rescue. Then NHA at the headquarters level, they all understood what kind of integrity we were having, and it gave a lot of that false complaint turned out to be a blessing for us. That created such a great story and integral story in the NHA. That some clients like Reliance and all those people came to us, we did not go to them, and asked us to take up the work. Not in one project, 2 projects there, 1 more project somewhere. We got, though we lost this thing, we got almost thrice the revenue of the previous one. So we bounced back. So setback has become a comeback power. So here also only because of nothing but integrity and proving that the checking agency was wrong beyond any iota of doubt, 100%, not one some percent. So that gave us such an exposure in the industry. People started coming and giving the work. That's how the comeback story is. No, by gut feeling. Every time I never followed others. I never followed the pack. I always felt I am different. I am destined to do something. So I stuck to those ideals now. So I never, in spite of, that's why even we might have collected more than 10,000 crores without any deviation. And I'll tell you one example. So there was a lot of corruption in one plaza, that is between Rajasthan and Jaipur and Delhi. There is a place called Shahjahanpur, near Bhiwandi kind of thing. So there, knowing all our integrity, again one more big opportunity came through some people. So there the collection was 32 lakhs per day when we took it over. So within a span of 1 month, we made it 50 lakhs. 32 lakhs has become 50 lakhs. So that was the level of corruption going on then. But for holding our guns like that or maintaining our integrity, we had to face so many difficulties. So before our going there, a lot of corrupt activities, all in collusion with local police, local elders, political newspaper people, and the client's own employees. They used to go to the plaza, take the money, whatever they want, and whatever finally remains, it used to go to the bank account, 32 lakhs. So when we went and controlled the things, it became almost 50 lakhs. Means more than 80 lakhs is the daily difference, daily collection I'm talking about. So we took it up to from 32 to 78 lakhs for a period of 2.5 years. So that is the level of integrity. But for that, we had to pay heavy price. Police implicated up. So I stuck to, even police also involved in that, those underhandling. So everybody was against us. Everybody turned against us. Because we stopped all wrong practices. So now police also foisted a false case against our people. It's very easy for the people to manipulate the thing. They also foisted a false case. So at one point of time, I happened to go to that place. So knowing that that the MD of so-and-so came, the company came, a news spread. So all were waiting for a chance. So because we cut all the channels of this unearned money going to the places, then they all came together. So as if to attack me, such kind of thing. So it became a big battleground like thing. About 400 people rounded me there in the plaza area itself. So everybody was shouting and crying and doing all nonsense. Then I started telling them, so okay, we have increased the collection of 18 lakhs per day. Where is that money going? They were under the impression that by cutting their channels of money that they were looting that money. We were looting. That was improvisation deliberately given by some people. So they were thinking that TPR is eating all the money. So, but I explained, this is what happened. Whatever the money is there, 18 lakhs extra per day, we are depositing other money. So instead of depositing 32 lakhs, we are depositing 50 lakhs in the bank. So this is our duty. That's why that's what is our commitment. So then they realized that we are honest. So by knowing this fact, people who were hostile to us, they started appreciating our integrity. That's how that wind was turned. Like, the situation turned around, total turn around. So I still remember that tension. It was like more than a battlefield. So because I was a warrior, I was a soldier by my profession in my youth. So I could face, and with some knowledge about the law, being an advocate. These two factors, in fact, built my character. Yeah. At the time of coaching part? Yeah, no, in fact, no. No. No conversation, going by heart, gut feeling. Everything by gut. No strategies, no technicalities, no plan, even no planning. I was following my heart. That is my path. But I always believed in myself because my cause is right. Universal principle. No? Once you are right, you can face the whole world. I faced so many times, so many people against me, so many challenges. Every time I came out successful because of my following of the universal principles of that love, truth and justice, whatever. And of course, God also, I feel grateful to the God for coming to my rescue whenever there was a great danger. So somehow, somewhere. Small things while undergoing training in Indian Air Force in Bangalore. So we used to do a lot of physical activities also. So getting up early in the morning by 5 o'clock, going for a health run, doing some exercises, then again doing some parade and doing some activities with the gun, firing and all, going through the training. So it's really arduous training. Normally it's so tough that we'll become soldier throughout our life by following those routines. So again, small things, settling the bed, and taking neatness. So now, I have even being an advocate also, I used to read a lot and prepare a lot, and making notes and taking all the daily disciplines. So it's a continuous step. Being an advocate means being a student for life. So daily we used to study a lot, prepare a lot, and prepare for the arguments, all these things. Even I have become an entrepreneur also. So now I used to get up in the morning and taking care of going one side for supervising 2 plazas. I was so busy, totally occupied. There's no time to relax, in fact, for those 8 years. So every time on the move, on the heels. I never relaxed. Even till today, you may be surprised to know my daily routine now is much more rigorous than those times. I get up at 4. Now I get up at 4 o'clock or 4:30 and start reading some uplifting books. So for about half an hour to 1 hour, and do some meditation and do some these workouts, Surya Namaskaras, Yogasanas. So like this, I spend about 2 to 2.5 hours up to 7:30 with all these activities. So I feel so powerful and energetic and focused because of these activities. In fact, now I'm 61. I feel I have the energy of 21 age people. 20s. I feel I'm in 20s, not in 60s. So such is the energy being given by following this routine. So I am totally vegetarian. Then I have also gone naturopathy course. So I stopped eating this rice and all. And I stopped taking tea and coffee. So instead of that carrot and that beetroot juice. All those small things, really giving me a lot of energy and taking me out of that for the past almost 2 years I stopped eating rice. I am eating only that millets. Both the times millets. And fruits like papaya and what is that guava. So I am a voracious eater of fruits. I take lot of fruits. But that reduces fun and that keeps me always healthy, fit. So reducing weight, so proper weight and all those things. So I never feel so 4 o'clock to almost 10 o'clock my activities go on. Whether reading, I now these days I focus more on reading part, reading self-help books, taking care about coaching part, what to know. And I have started coaching people also. I'm not as of now coaching outside. About 30 or so, now we have got a lot of people to coach. I started with 30 people by making 6 batches. So for the past, I think 1 month, I have so 7:30 to 9:30 the daily routine. I enjoy coaching. Sudha, I enjoy coaching, talking to people, trying. Yeah.
What time do you sleep?
No, we have the people, set up people to take care of all the activities.
We stay in the
So we have a hierarchy system having a CEO, then COO, then CFO, C-level people are there. And above all, my own son is there, Ravi, as you know. I think you have been coaching him wonderfully. So I feel thank you for coaching him and all my other C-level officers. So he takes a lot of care. In fact, I am practically lessening my involvement in all these activities. He is taking more and more care about all these activities. And now that's why I'm able to focus on this coaching part, which is more appealing to me. And with the kind of experiences I have for the past 4 decades, being a soldier to networker to an entrepreneur, I think I can contribute as a coach to our younger generations in an inspiring manner. So that's how I look at this thing, apart from having a vision of making 1,000 crore company. That's apart. Yeah. No, we have a set. No, everywhere we have a set of people who are like-minded and who can deliver. So with the help of those people, I used to take only advisory role, not directly involved in things. And the people concerned used to they take care of their activities. So my involved, like my wife is taking care of the school as the correspondent and secretary. And she is also the proprietor of our Ramya Enterprise, that is garment industry. So my son is taking care of course, overall all these things. So I have got a beautiful family, I should say. That it's really wonderful to have such a family with Pilani, Nanyang, MBA, WMBA daughter. She's living, I feel proud of my daughter. She's working for what is that? IBM in Singapore as a transformation project manager, and my son-in-law is working as a director in KPMG. He is a gold medalist from Nanyang University. Both happened to be classmates, so they wanted to marry. So I must say, I feel proud of my daughter's achievement. Apart from studying at Pilani main camp, she also got full scholarship in Nanyang Business School for an entire tuition fees of 25 lakhs. We never knew that. We never knew that such a facility exists. But she simply applied along with others, and we surprised to know that she got full scholarship benefit. So normally we think that was the time. So normally, what does father think? He thinks that okay, let my daughter get married with some suitable person. Why should I spend about 40 lakhs of rupees sending outside? So, but I didn't. That's why my message to you: take decisions. If you take decisions at the right time, then they will give you the great results. If you don't, so I did not have so much of money spare, about 40-50 lakhs for the studies. But yes, okay, it is her wish. As a father, it's my responsibility. So okay, we'll take some loan and see meet her requirements. That's how she went, and fortunately she got free. Everything was free. The total tuition fees was free. So that was her achievement. So such is the beautiful family, right? So because of these things, Yeah.
Like you're taking a decision, what are you thinking, and how do you actually go about taking a decision? That's like our big thing, right? There should be a pause on decision making.
Now I have come to know about the processes involved in making a decision after coming to CPM. Until then, it's my. Yeah, no. Yeah, I always went by my heart, and it always proved quite successful. So I believe my hunches, I believe my intuition, I believe my heart, not my head. But of course, I must say there is a proper harmony, a congruence between my heart and head, because I maintain a lot of self-control and self-discipline. That is one of the reasons. So I can live anywhere, I can sleep anywhere. So now I can remember I used to sleep on the mat even at the beginning of our entrepreneurial journey. So thinking that we stayed for about 15 days or so in a hotel. So thinking that we are spending more, we have to save more for business to grow. Then we took some accommodation there. I remember I was sleeping with my own staff on the mat in a room. But I don't have any I feel comfortable. Even when I was in service, I used to travel by general compartment because of the sudden exigencies. So whether we are sitting by the side of a bathroom or anywhere, so it's a part of our journey. So I never aspire to be comfortable in my life. I always lead a hard life. So hard work, everywhere hard work only. If you are habituated to that, the sky is the limit. That's what happened to me. So my life has never been easy. Easy come, easy go, no growth. So the more the challenges, the more has been the growth. That's the part of the journey, right? So people feel I should be comfortable, I should be confined to AC room, why should I take pain? Even now also, I have a lot of energy than in this coaching phase also. So I will try to contribute and start contributing to the people all around me till my last breath. That is my commitment. No question of retirement.
Number one, I think probably because you come from a humble background, there is no fear of letting go the comfort. You're willing to take a decision and face the consequence of it. Your gut tells you to follow it, you take them without people get scared. Oh, what if this does not work out? What if it goes wrong? What if it is too big for me to do it? You're not scared of that what if. You're willing to actually take that leap and see whatever comes on the way, you're willing to face it. And
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no little mind, Agnes, no gatekeeper for me in coaching language. Whatever my heart says. Acha, okay, sorry. Okay. I was in that mode. Okay. Right. No, I have taken risks without any repercussions. I think that's where I succeeded also. So no question of not succeed, but we make our own plans internally. Whatever, once we believe something, then we go after it, whatever the cost may be. That's how it happens.
So, when you started off the entrepreneur journey, did you came across a phase where you started ever?
Yeah. So we had to initially, I think. Yeah.
From a business background.
Okay. Now we have taken the step slowly and gradually. It's not a sudden. It's not a quick fix type of thing. As we were working, in fact, I was, apart from running the show, I was also working an employee kind of thing initially. So I was taking care as a chief administrator of the toll plaza. I was getting, that time I was in 10,000, it was in 2001, I was getting 10,000 rupees as a salary and 700 rupees as a pension for me for serving in Indian Air Force. That was only my income. So as the days passed on, as I started accumulating money, so that requirement came that we have to deposit about 10 lakhs rupees towards security for our toll plaza maintenance. Now, by the time we all the like-minded people formed a society. So that is called Sainik Welfare Mutually Aided Society, where 12 people used to be there. We gave the shares to everybody. Everybody was asked to invest 1 lakh rupees. So that's how we mobilized funds initially, each 1 lakh, and 10 lakhs was pooled and submitted to us this thing. So that is starting step. Thereafter, when they we started with 1 plaza, seeing our performance, they increased to 2. They are also satisfied with the extra. We used to run extra mile. So then without asking, we got 2 more plazas, like that 4 plazas. So such is the level of our commitment to the work and integrity. So things started coming to us without we approach for the things. So that is only because of this integrity part. So likewise, step by step, that is the beginning. My initial instance was 1 lakh rupees, which I got towards my retirement benefit from Indian Air Force. That was only my investment. Now I think now multifold increase, where 700 for pension and 10,000 now, and it is almost gone to the 7-digit figure. So from 3-digit to 7-digit over a period of time, because of facing the challenges, after facing all the setbacks. As I don't know, it is a kind of the cinema plot kind of things. There everything is orchestrated by everything. I have seen that real life as if it is a real life. That's the difference. So
if there are entrepreneurs who are looking to raise funds, let's say they want funds to start their business, what is that one thing that you can tell them, or how do you
I think money never became an issue for us, even though I did not have much resources to start the business and to grow the business. Money never became an issue. So we can add some partners, or we can form some groups and mobilize some funds. We go ahead with that to make a beginning. And thereafter, once you start earning, you can accumulate the money and start reinvesting into this kind of activities. That's how now. Earlier, as I said, only 1 lakh rupees was my investment. Now we have come to the stage we are able to invest 20 crores. The bank is ready to give us that facility, CC facility, BG facility. So from nowhere to 20 crores is not a small thing. So now we feel that is not even enough. We have to go for 100 crores company over a period of 1 year. So we need funds. So I think we are also approaching some equity partners for meeting our growth aspects of it. So money can never be the issue. It will come at right time, somewhere, somehow, with God's grace. I strongly believe that when we are committed to do something and we have that goal, zeal for achievement, which is something as a passion, definitely everything like a magnet, the law of attraction. If you go into that flow, everything starts coming to you, as it happened to me. I became zero. Again, a lot of resilience with multiple growth.
It is amazing. It's always been amazing talking to you, and again, there was no different things that we discussed about it as entrepreneurs before the call. And guys, if you have any questions, put in the chat box. I meet entrepreneurs in India who keep telling me about, I want to start something, but I'm scared, or I don't have a support, or I don't have money, or my family doesn't support me. And n number of reasons. What will you tell them? How can they get started?
All that they need to have is some kind of vision or purpose. So when the purpose is strong, definitely everything will come like a law of attraction. And also my strong belief is, if you want to get rich, and reach somebody. That is my starting point. I wanted to help some people. That turned out to be my profession. It made me somebody out of nobody, with lot of significance and contribution to society, significance in the society, enjoying fruits of all the things. You know, I must say, the people with whom I was working in Air Force, so whoever served for throughout their life, maybe for 60 years, they are coming out of the service and with I think 60,000 rupees pension, about 70 to 80 lakhs towards the retirement benefits. So if you become an entrepreneur, all that money you can earn within 1 month, within 1 year. Being an entrepreneur, such is the scope and the unlimited potentialities. The field is so big. So if you think big, everything will come to you. So like me, I had no resources other than 1 lakh rupees. I don't remember that way it is. So money was never the problem. Only our purpose. If you want to do the purpose, have the big purpose, that will pull you. Your purpose will pull you towards that goal. The right people, right events, everything will come like when we know about law of success. Attraction. The magnetic force will work when we have the strong purpose, strong why. Find out your why. Then you can do anyhow. If you know your why, there is a saying, you can do anyhow. So have a strong why, strong purpose. That will pull everything. That will give you everything. That you can be, the field is limitless. You can become virtually limitless with such type of commitment, courage, and taking decisions and actions with a greater purpose. So I think that's what my story is also about. I tried to help. God is so great. He started giving me money just like that. Yeah. Yes. I think. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, being an entrepreneur, I had to face so many storms, sleepless nights, challenges. So, what do you say? Heart-wrenching, gut-kinking, frustrating things, as someone said. So, all those are the part of my journey. We have to take them as a life. So, some unpredictable events also happen, for which you have to be prepared. So, life is not in our hands. Anything can happen at any time. If you start worrying for that, so you can't live your life. So this is beyond that's the law, universal law. When the time comes, nobody can save us. So as you rightly mentioned, so even during the course of people normally, as you rightly said. So my purpose of joining the CTF was also a part of a thing like this. So something happened to my wife. She suddenly, all of a sudden, diagnosed with a breast cancer. So now I live about 500 kilometers away from Hyderabad, a place called Tadepalli in West Godavari of Andhra Pradesh. So now a doctor advised medical treatment for about 1 year for her to complete the course. So normally, of course, it was a surprising and shock to me. But even I also suffer like that. I look like this, but I also had my health problems. You may not believe, I had I have a steel heart. There are 3 stents in my heart walls about 3 years back. Suddenly I feel so comfortable, healthy, but you don't know what will happen. So I suffered it, but I never feel it. It's a part of our journey. So is the case with my wife. When the time comes, everybody has to go. So we can't do anything. Then why should we worry? We have to feel that. So in fact, COVID. COVID. No, I thought no. Yeah. So no, yeah. No, in fact, no. So here also God is so great to me. In fact, during the COVID time, we had taken up a challenging project where we did not have money. So we required about 7 crores rupees for taking up the 30 crores of work, but we did not have money. But everything came by just like that. Even COVID also helped in such a way. So in fact it helped. It turned out a boon for us, blessing. So during COVID, when we were looking for funds and shortage of funds to take up the challenging task, the bank gave us 2 crores rupees because of the COVID effect, without asking. No, that's what. No, when you have the strong purpose and strong will to do something, the whole universe will conspire together and help you to meet your dream, whatever it is, as somebody said. So that way, everything is helping me. Everything is conspiring. The whole nature is conspiring. We got 2 crores of rupees without anything, and also about 3.5 crores from the NBA funds. They all voluntarily came and offered funds. Yes, you can take based on your record. Once you collected so much of money without any deviation, we trust you. We want to do the business with you. We take this much of money. Take care of your business. So those things that I never imagined. In fact, no, when we it was a gut feeling. We should have not taken that project, but somewhere I was telling the universe, somehow God will also help us. So even COVID also helped us by giving 2 crores just without asking. So these things really helped us. And during the COVID time, as I said, we got some prestigious, life-changing business game-changing projects. Now we got 5 projects from an international company, Cube Highways, the TOT project and all. So worth more than I think nearly more than 1 crore billing per month. So in the same way, we are on the verge of getting a beautiful, one more bigger growth with another multinational company, Macquarie. So who got this 9,500 crore project from the NHI. So now we are going to be a partner with them. Already entered into their arena. Only about 1 week back, and we look at getting almost double our existing business with this Macquarie being a partner with them. So the COVID is nothing. No, that's what we take excuse of wealth. The weather is not good, government not good, then circumstances not favorable, then we'll wait for circumstances. So we don't have to. In fact, no, COVID has helped us. We are becoming multiple during COVID time. I think yes. Yeah, I think I can. Smita, I can, of course, I can answer the questions if they come to me. Definitely, it's a great privilege to me. So I definitely answer all the questions. Yes. Yeah. No, everything is ready. Then I wanted to look more impressive. Then started collaging the photos and doing that gallery part of it. So I think within 1 week, that will be completed. Maybe within 2 weeks time, it will come definitely. Then I want that. This is my tagline. I request everybody love yourself, take risks, and be unstoppable. That's my word, catchword. Be unstoppable. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All platforms we have already planned with something, so it will come on all the platforms. So by the middle of next month it will be out. Yes. So I also thank you. Yeah, it will be. I think when is Deepavali, I think we can plan for that, something like that. November 14th. Yeah, by the time November 14th, maybe during I think something like Deepavali time we can celebrate with that book launching also. So thank you, Smita, for giving me the wonderful platform. Firstly through CTF, and now through this AMX. So I am grateful to Team Aricom. Arpin Khan and his entire team for the wonderful opportunity to interact with beautiful people and would-be billionaires. It's a great privilege. So thank you, everybody. And okay, please be unstoppable. Love yourself, right? Thank you, Smita, particularly for you. I am blessed.
Doing things with value and integrity so that our trust becomes another to this time. Love yourself, be confident about your position, go where your heart is feeling, discover right purpose, rise the level of growth, don't care about anyone else and just do it. Integrity can be your business, our lives should be unstoppable. I understood that you can achieve by understanding the purpose where you need to earn all. Don't worry about the lack of money, absolutely. Know your why and purpose, and honesty will be rewarded. When you clear the amount of universe in your side, write about wise, amazing. So we have a lot of insights, right? So take that down with you and take it with you, implement it into your life. And guys, Turk, are we ready for the breakout rooms?
Yes.
Yeah, so please accept the request for your breakout rooms and get started with this one work, and please announce it, right? The biggest breakthrough count when you speak about where have you been in yourself, when you speak it down to your mastermind, when you speak it down, say that, this is where I stopped myself and this is what I was scared of, I'm going to take the sleep, that itself will push you mentally that don't know what to do. Don't be able to yourself or don't be able to put yourself malfunctioning. Yeah, and I'm not saying that you have to talk home, so something very important. Let's have some conversations, today some heartfelt conversations with our master. So please accept the request for your breakout groups. And for the request, then please start accepting the request for the breakout groups. First, can you call the request for the breakout groups? Yeah, I think guys.
I've already sent.
Yeah, so guys, if you have not received it, just say, okay, God, this is the name of the Gita Nandakumar today, but it's not a Gita Nandakumar, it's not today. So just, because 5 is surprising that. So just, because some of them have not received, just check at the bottom of your screen, you could probably see a breakout. Just check at the bottom of your screen. Because they say not yet, could you just check that again there?
Yeah, check that. There are new people also, so you can address by the time.
Yeah, I'll speak to you guys when the first, that's already there in the call. I think I got transferred the request. And Divya, thank you so much for leave the call. You're free to leave the call as well. If you want to stay, please.
Thank you, Smita, for giving me the wonderful platform, and Team Arpin also. I'm really grateful for creating such a platform for me. So, okay, Smita, thank you once again.
In the meanwhile, if you have not requested request and any other things that you would like to discuss, anything that you want to put out,
Raja.
based on all that you have worked on until the please put
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead and put it out in a chat box so that I can address it.